Now, with all the bedwetting going on the alt left, it's always great to have your own psychotherapist. No, I shouldn't say my own psychotherapist, and the show's own psychotherapist, although sometimes I feel like I need one. Psychotherapist Jill Payne, author and great friend of our show, into her second year now of being on the program. And,
wow, yeah.
And joining us via Skype and looking beautiful as ever. What's up, Jill?
Well, good morning, Sam. There was so much. I got up this morning and I had a list of things to talk about, and there's so many. I'm just going to go through all the ones I'm not going to talk about today. Just black and white thinking, roles, rules, boundaries, wording such as ban, all affect how people are reacting.
Right.
I wanted to go and start with this one thing because that's what really is going on, and then our next shows we can talk about.
Okay, you're the in-house psychotherapist. All the bedwetters out there, the liberals, those who don't embrace the Judeo-Christian fabric of our great nation, are bleeping themselves. Go ahead, give your psychotherapist angle on this.
And remember, I give both sides because I am a therapist. So what Trump appears to be using is this Lewins change model. And basically, I'm going to explain it to you. Now, what happens is he's really changing everything. So this can cause a lot of stress and chaos, which is what's going on now. So these are the 3 steps, easy to understand. You have an ice cube. It's cubical, and you want to change it to a cone shape. The first thing you're going to do is melt it, unfreeze it. Then you're going to mold it into the shape you want, and then you're going to freeze it. So it's very easy. And so these are the steps. The steps is unfreeze, change, and freeze. And that's basically what's going on. So you have 2 types of people, two groups. You have a group that's ready to change, which is the Republicans. Most of the Republicans, you've got McCain and some other people out there that are fighting it too. And then you have the people that are resistant. So what happened is he used this model for his system with the Republicans. If you saw it, the way he worked and beat over the 17 candidates, and he kept he eventually won. So he was doing that change model to the system of the Republicans, slightly changing the party a little bit, okay? And so that's what he's doing now. So how he did that was the first step is you want to challenge people's beliefs. Actually, you want to give them a wonderful statement, America. What did he say?
Make America great again, yeah.
Make America great again, okay. And so he shows people that there's a perception that we need to change. That's number 1. And he's did that with the Conservative Party. He showed them. So therefore they followed him. And then they're in the changing stage. Whereas right now we're in the resistance stage where the Democrats are not seeing this. And this is because what you do when people change, this, your son's going to college, so that if we do not set a date for a test, set a date for something, we just sort of just go along with it, and most likely we're not going to change. Whereas if we set a date, we may procrastinate, and then finally the date comes and we're motivated to change because we're uncomfortable, we're worried, and so that's what Trump is doing. And you need to do in order for people to change, Sam, you've got to challenge their beliefs, their values, their attitudes, and their behaviors, which is uncomfortable because then you're going to personalize, right?
Jill
If you
Payne.
did that to your wife.
Hey, Jill Payne, our in-house psychotherapist. But so I get the change model, I get it. But on the other side of the coin, the Democrats, and Jill's our psychotherapist, are just, you talked about a test has a date. You put dates on things so you can get ready for it and make it happen. There was an election that took place, in November. This is already February 1st, and they're not over it. What's the psychotherapist viewpoint of people who just can't handle the truth, or just can't handle change, or just can't handle disappointment?
Well, so what's happening is we all go at different speeds, and so we are all ready to change, the Republicans and the conservatives, and so the Democrats aren't at that stage, and they're going at a slower. Think of a bulldozer. if you are going to, well, that's not even a good example, an analogy. What happens is when people are not ready to change, you've got to do communication with them. You've got to explain what's going on. You need to do some active listening, which means that doesn't mean you're agreeing with them, Sam. It means that you are seeing their point and they're feeling and believing that they're heard. Then they're more open to listen to you. So my suggestion for Trump is to do two things. One, see, he's a business guy, so he is doing what was the word? Strike while the iron is hot. This is the way he's thinking. This is wonderful. He's go, 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 go. That is not the political arena.
Exactly. That's how it's done. He's coming in there just like it's a land lease deal at 44th and 4th Street in Manhattan. And it's rock and roll. Time is money. Let's go. The union's got to move. Supplies got to move. We got to get financing.
Exactly.
We got to,
Because if you don't do it, you may miss it. And so think of his cabinet. People were saying he's still looking at interviewing to the last minute. It's a job. He is interviewing as though this is a business. And so his view and his mindset is totally different than the Democrats, totally different, so they don't get it, except for Democrats that are in business. Now, he had 3 people that he did try to bring in, and I think he needs to really work at some conservative Democrats, bring them in, and so that they can sort of smooth it out a little bit. And Manchin was one.
Yeah.
And
Joe Manchin, West Virginia. He'll support Trump in ways. Just he's that way. Yeah.
Right. Senator so Tulsi, which my husband loves because she's pretty.
Tulsi Gabbard, yeah, from Hawaii. Yeah, she former Army major, I believe. Yeah, she's a very pretty girl. Yeah.
And that doesn't hurt. And then Heidi Heitkamp.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 that I see that he needs to swoon a little bit so that they can soften the blow and be his what is that wingman? You know, when you go out there to a bar, you got a wingman to sort of make it. What does a wingman do, Sam? I never had one.
Yeah, it kind of helps you score. Is really what it does. Helps you score, gain points, gain affection, and helps you in the pursuit of dating. But in this case, here I'll say this: he could bring in a Joe Manchin, which he probably will on some issues. Manchin will probably support him when it comes to these to Gorsuch and the Supreme Court nominee. But they really need to get the hell over it, Jill. They're looking so. I got 30 seconds. They're looking so weak, the Democrats right now. They're looking so weak. These are I call them the bedwetters, dude.
Yes,
you lost.
Right. Well, they're attention-seeking because you had Schumer crying, which even Trump said he doesn't usually do that. And then you had Yates that acted inappropriately. And so as people are saying, they're up for election. So attention-seeking is good for them. Because
it's crazy. That's why we have an in-house psychotherapist on our show weekly to help these bedwetters. Jill Payne, great job as always. Love your insight.
I believe most of them are going to come around.
You
need to give it a year. Behavior speaks louder than words. As soon as Trump is going fast, and as soon as people see behavior change, such as if people are getting jobs, making more money, and they're safer, there's less crime. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. You're going to go, hey, I like this.
I hope so. But remember, they have such hatred towards our values and our beliefs. Jill Payne, thank you for stopping by via Skype. Beautiful as always.
You're welcome. And congratulations to your son.
Thank you. Little baby Bubba. I'll tell you the story after the break. Little baby Bubba.